Welcome to the Community Interpreting Language Podcast, the Midwest Language Access Connection. Today you're with Maria Barajas, and we're going to talk about language access in the workplace and how it relates to the common good. I want to start by sharing a fragment of my personal story. I became aware of language access and justice when I moved from the West Coast to a small town in Wisconsin and started working in a dairy farm when I was 17. Growing up bilingual, I was always there to interpret for my family. At the time, I didn't realize what limited English proficient individuals had to go through every day, working in a different country and not being able to communicate in another language. And on the other hand, many other concerns went through my mind when I was interpreting on the job. Should I interpret everything even if it might be insulting? And what should I do if I don't know a term? Looking back, I know as a minor I wasn't quite ready for such a high-stakes job and needed training in the field. I was new to dairy too and still had no idea what a workday looked like in that context. And after relocating for a different job, I learned that there was a bigger community of limited English proficient individuals. According to LEP.gov, Wisconsin is estimated to have more than 170,000 limited English proficient individuals residing in the state. And although these individuals aren't able to communicate with their peers or supervisors because of language barriers, they still show up and work for the benefit of this region and this country. Here's an interesting fact as we enter today's topic of language access in local companies. Andrew Neighbor, industrial organizational psychologist and data scientist from Gettysburg College, asserts that the average person will spend 90,000 hours at work, a third of a person's life. Can you imagine spending that much of your life working in a country that doesn't speak your language? And wouldn't language access for these individuals be another way for companies to embrace the common good in the workplace? For this reason, Diana Ventura, Hannah Rosales, and myself decided to build a survey for our Spanish-speaking communities in Arcadia and Sparta, and another in English for those who worked for the Spanish community. With close to 25 participants, we began digging into the data we received. Of the English and/or bilingual speakers who took the survey, 70% said that there are no certified interpreters available for their limited English proficient colleagues. And furthermore, 50% responded that they didn't feel limited English proficient peers had the resources available to effectively communicate and carry out their job tasks. This led me to question if workers ever felt a conflict due to language and cultural barriers when it came to carrying out job tasks, and whether having a professional interpreter available would increase productivity in companies. Indeed, 90% of survey respondents believe that an on-staff certified interpreter would benefit the company they work for. When inquiring which languages would be requested, we weren't surprised to see Spanish in the highest demand. And however, Hmong and American Sign Language were also selected. Moreover, results from the Spanish survey revealed that their language was not listed in our survey, which could account for the large number of local migrants who are working in the Southern Cone whose first native language might be Indigenous. With 60% of respondents affirming that there is not a certified interpreter at work meetings to aid limited English proficient individuals with questions or concerns, how do companies get a true assessment of what is happening without comprehensive employee input? Can factories, meat processing plants, and farms that rely on workforces continue to improve their workforce and production if they don't have a good understanding of their workers' needs, daily challenges, and first-hand opinions? Surely, language access is a contributing factor for a healthy work environment. And here's one final statistic for you. 87.5% of bilingual staff have had to interpret even though they are not prepared to do so. This practice leads itself to misinterpretations and potential misunderstandings. Furthermore, it can cause conflicts between coworkers if limited English proficient workers are unable to express their concerns effectively. And after analyzing our surveys, we were more convinced than ever that providing language access in the workplace is for the common good of employees and communities which consume the products they produce. While bilingual workers might feel great doing ad hoc interpreting for limited English proficient individuals, imagine being able to help coworkers more effectively by advocating for professional resources like certified interpreters. This allows workers to have access to communication they can trust because it's neutral, professional, and not one-sided. And we should take steps forwards to make the workplace equal for all, as we deserve to be heard and feel included. All co-workers' questions and concerns are important, and language access is promoting the common good in the workplace in our communities. Thank you for joining me today on the Midwest Language Access Connection.